You may have seen my Maui video, and if you have, then you know that I freaking love islands. Today we're going to Salt Spring Island, a beautiful place in British Columbia, Canada. It's quaint, but it's absolutely stunning. I'm going to show you some cool places to go, fun places to eat, and things to do on the island. And hopefully by the end of this video, you love Salt Spring Island as much as I do. Now, Salt Spring Island is a small and remote island in the province of British Columbia, Canada. And since it's on a tiny island, it means we can't just drive there, which means a visit to Salt Spring Island requires a scenic ferry ride. It's about an hour and a half ferry ride, and if it's a new experience to you, this can be pretty fun. They also serve some basic meals on the ferry as well, but since we're seasoned veterans, we brought our own food. We got some shawarma platters and it really hit the spot. And I highly encourage you to bring your own food. The ferry food is okay, but if you bring your own, it's kind of like having a picnic. Now our first location is one of our favorite spots on the whole island, Salt Spring Wild Cider House, a spot that's super well known for their apple and pear ciders. But we're not here just for cider, because they have an amazing restaurant inside. It's rustic and yet modern, and incredibly charming. They have this beautiful indoor patio, but further in they also have this bar area. It's a little bit cozier, a little bit warmer, and it has a whole different vibe. And on the inside you'll also find a bunch of their award-winning ciders. And boy do they have a ton of awards. And of course there's the outdoor patio where you're surrounded by nature. But screw nature, it was way too cold that day, we had to stay inside. And of course I didn't come alone. I came with my band of misfits. Now unfortunately for us, the drinks came out first, and the whole thing quickly became a cider party. Everyone got a flight of ciders. Some of it was tart, some of it was sweet, some of it was a little bitter, but there was definitely something for everyone. And of course, as fancy people with cider, we had to get a charcuterie board. Of course it came with meat, cheese, crackers, and all sorts of pickled stuff. And after a few dozen ciders, it really hit the spot. After the charcuterie board, we got these amazing meatballs, this delicious rack of ribs, and this mac and cheese that was truly delicious. It was so good we got multiple portions of it, and a bunch of other stuff as well. The mac and cheese wasn't any simple mac and cheese. It had shishito peppers, maple gochugaru bacon jam, a smoked cheddar herb sauce, and parmesan gremolata. This is a next level mac and cheese. It's a little bit sweet, a little bit savory. It's got that Asian spiciness, and it's incredibly creamy, and it has a little bit of breadcrumbs on top for that crunchiness. Next up was the sexy slab of ribs, a thick, sweet and savory barbecue sauce, and a little bit of smokiness. And the meat was fall off the bone delicious. I usually get their lamb rack, but this was really good too. I highly recommend you guys try this spot. Delicious food, delicious drinks, and amazing vibes. Now Panda fam, this one's a weird one. North End Farm and Market. It has one of the best cinnamon rolls I've ever had. Now I wouldn't say it's one of the staples of the island, but it's definitely one of those places that makes Salt Spring so charming. Once you get into the main area, you'll see a small little marketplace. My buddy told me that this place had amazing cinnamon rolls. And honestly, I didn't believe him. This place isn't a bakery or a fancy store, it's just a normal little market. But I'm seriously telling you that this cinnamon roll was different. It was super soft on the inside and a little crispy on the edges. It had such a beautiful aroma, and it had the perfect balance of cinnamon and sweetness. I truly believe that this is a hidden gem on the island. And inside the market, there's actually all sorts of goods. There's fresh cut flowers, baked pastries and bread, fresh produce, and a lot of local artisanal goods. And the best part is that it's self-serve. You grab what you want, you do your own calculations, and you pay yourself out. The honor system is key here. Now you may have noticed that Salt Spring Island has tons of greenery, and it would be obscene not to take advantage of it. It was a cool but beautiful summer day, so we headed down to the beach. We were surrounded by crystal clear water and endlessly lush greenery. We made our own pit, chopped our own wood, and made our own fire. And when I say we, I mean them, because I was just recording the whole time. But I feel like it was a group effort, and we all pitched in somehow. I just pitched in spirit. And of course we needed our own pokey sticks to roast our own weenies and craft our own hot dog masterpiece. And boy did we make a masterpiece. We're talking about all the condiments and onions and mushrooms and butter. and damn, it was freaking delicious. But most importantly, it was about the time together. It's about being outside, enjoying the great outdoors, having a breath of fresh air, and just having some good laughs with your friends. And Salt Spring just has so much outdoors for you to explore. While we were outside, we also went to go look for some oysters. And we did a little bit of fishing. Unfortunately, we didn't catch anything, but we did get hella oysters. They were crazy fresh, and more importantly, they were crazy free. And it wouldn't be a campfire without some marshmallows. And for you oyster lovers out there, I can't even explain how delicious this was. They were fresh, they were sweet. They were also savory because we put garlic butter on it. Oh yeah, garlic butter. It felt way better than going to a restaurant for oysters. So for you outdoorsy people, for you oyster people, highly recommend. Now the next one is an important one, because if you go to Salt Spring, it's definitely something you should do. In fact, I feel like this is something everyone does when they come to Salt Spring. The Salt Spring Farmers Market. There's tons of people and there's tons of dogs. And more importantly, there's tons of things to see. If you're into trinkets and jewelry, there's a ton of that, and it's spread throughout the market. And most of it is designed and crafted by the locals at Salt Spring Island. But maybe you don't like trinkets, maybe you don't like jewelry, but there's tons and tons of food as well. For example, these tonics made from fresh produce from around Salt Spring. We ended up buying a couple bottles because we love that healthy lifestyle. And they have that artisan goat cheese. By the way, if you don't know, Salt Spring is actually really well known for their goat cheese. It's absolutely delicious. And it's definitely a must-try when you visit Salt Spring Island. There's just so much good stuff here. From delicious chai, to amazing crepes, to curry and all sorts of baked goods. And on top of that, there's all sorts of artisan goods, from soaps to candles to whatever you could think of. And sometimes, there's even a magic show. And really close by to the farmers market is Buzzy's Luncheonette. It is easily one of the best sandwich shops on the island. And they're probably most well known for their Montreal smoked meat sandwich. And if you're lucky, I mean really lucky, you'll get to meet Ruby, the local pup, who will probably beg you endlessly for food. It's a small and homey little shop, with a little bit of seating here and there. But what did we get to eat? Well, we got a sandwich called the Hungry Jew, a pretty substantial smoked meat sandwich. We also got the breadless version called the Bare Naked Lady. Now this meal doesn't start with us just biting into the sandwich or eating the meat. It starts with this fluffy, crispy latke. A latke is a potato fritter from the Jewish cuisine, and it's absolutely delicious. And it comes out piping hot, just the way I like it. And of course there's the Montreal smoked meat sandwich itself. It's got tender smoked meat, horseradish, and a pile of slaw. It's nice and simple, but it's absolutely fantastic. Everything is really well balanced, and that horseradish gives it a nice kick. But we're not basic, so we added a side of gravy. And trust me, you want that side of gravy. It's extra flavor, it's extra saucy, it makes everything better with gravy. This is an amazing sandwich shop, and honestly, I think my friends agree too. It's low-key, it's family-friendly, and it's a really relaxing spot right by the water. So if you go to Salt Spring Island, make sure you go to Buzzy's Luncheonette. The last place we're visiting is Treehouse Cafe, and it's right next to this beautiful marina. Now, Treehouse Cafe is not just a name. I would argue that this is very much a treehouse, and a very charming one at that. For example, it has this really cute little elf door. And if you open it, you should see an elf. And my girlfriend opened that portal and found out it was simply herself. Now back to the treehouse. There really is a tree in this house. Now, I don't think it offers any structural support at all. It is still a beautiful piece inside of this restaurant. Now, is this a crazy, luxurious place that we're going to? Absolutely not. But is it beautiful, homey, and comforting? Absolutely. I got the Treehouse Lamb Burger, and I thought it was going to be something like ketchup and mustard and some cheese on it, but this was so much more. It was spiced grounded lamb, served on a grilled ciabatta bun with mango chutney, cream cheese, mayo, greens, tomato, and red onions. So freaking good. It's also a really sizable burger. It's quite large, and it has a lot of veggies to really balance out that flavor. Absolutely delicious. And also everything comes with a side of salad. And after a long trip of eating things that probably weren't that good for us, this really hit the spot. And of course it did, because they tried their hardest to make wholesome food prepared from scratch. And fun fact, this building's been around since the 1920s and started operating as a coffee bar and deli since 1996. And I guess that kind of makes it a historical site. And if you've been watching my videos for a while, you know what I'm gonna say. Highly recommend. And of course, if you like this video, or you like the sound of my voice, or you just like subscribing to random things, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. Because for a small content creator like me, it makes a world of difference. So thank you so much guys for tuning in once again.